Imagine winding down after a long, exhausting day, looking forward to nothing more than a peaceful night of rest. You dim the lights, brush your teeth, and settle into your favorite spot in bed, completely unaware that a small, seemingly harmless ritual you perform every single night is quietly putting an immense, invisible strain on your heart. For millions of adults over the age of 70, this exact routine is repeated night after night with the best of intentions, yet it remains one of the most overlooked triggers for sudden cardiovascular stress. Most seniors never realize this until it's too late, going about their evenings under the impression that they are doing everything right to protect their longevity. The truth is, what happens inside your blood vessels during those quiet hours before midnight changes drastically as we cross into our 70s. And a habit that was perfectly safe in your 40s could now be actively compromising your cardiac health while you sleep. If you value your long-term vitality and want to protect your heart with practical, science-backed insights, please take a brief moment to subscribe to Dr. Silas Redford Wellness and like this video so we can continue sharing these vital health breakthroughs with our community. What doctors rarely explain is that our cardiovascular system undergoes a profound transformation as the decades pass. When we are younger, our blood vessels possess a remarkable elasticity, flexing and expanding effortlessly to accommodate sudden shifts in fluid levels and blood pressure. But after 70, those same vessels naturally become stiffer and less forgiving, meaning even a minor disruption in your evening routine can force your heart to pump twice as hard just to maintain equilibrium. Consider the story of Arthur, a fiercely independent 72-year-old retired school teacher who took immense pride in his health. Arthur ate well, walked 3 miles every morning, and felt completely fine during the day, yet he noticed a frustrating pattern every single night. Within an hour of falling asleep, his heart would begin to race, or he would wake up drenched in a cold sweat, feeling strangely short of breath. He chalked it up to normal aging or perhaps a vivid dream, never connecting the dots to a specific choice he made right before turning off his bedside lamp. And the worst part is, Arthur was actually trying to do something healthy, a mistake that thousands of seniors make every single evening. He believed he was protecting his body, but because of how the senior cardiovascular system processes fluids and regulates pressure during the overnight hours, he was inadvertently setting off a chain reaction. To understand why this happens, we have to look at how our bodies handle gravity and circulation as we age. During the daytime, when you are sitting up or walking around, gravity naturally pulls fluids down toward your lower legs and ankles. This is why many older adults notice a bit of mild swelling or heaviness in their feet by 5 o'clock in the evening. In your youth, your body reabsorbs and filters this fluid without a second thought. But after 70, your veins have a much harder time pushing that blood and fluid back up to your chest against the pull of gravity. But what happens next shocked researchers who began studying the precise mechanics of senior sleep patterns. The moment your head hits the pillow and you transition into a flat, horizontal position, gravity stops pulling that fluid toward your feet. Suddenly, all that fluid that was sitting in your lower legs rushes back up into your central bloodstream all at once. This causes an immediate, sharp increase in the total volume of blood entering your heart, forcing the muscle walls to stretch and work overtime just to process the sudden overload. Now, if you add a specific pre-bedtime habit on top of this natural fluid shift, you create a perfect storm of cardiovascular pressure that can trigger nighttime hypertension, irregular heart rhythms, or severe shortness of breath. In a moment, I'll explain exactly what that specific habit is and how you can replace it tonight to instantly take the pressure off your heart. Before we reveal that, stay with me as we examine another hidden danger that happens during our golden years. Our internal thermostat and our body's natural circadian rhythms begin to shift as we collect birthdays. This means our bodies naturally produce less melatonin, the hormone responsible for deep restorative sleep, and our nighttime blood pressure patterns change. In a healthy young adult, blood pressure naturally drops by about 10 to 20% at night, a beautiful phenomenon doctors call dipping, which gives the heart a much-needed period of rest and recovery. However, after age 70, many individuals become what medical professionals call non-dippers. This means their blood pressure stays dangerously high throughout the entire night, depriving the heart of its natural resting phase and placing a continuous, exhausting workload on the coronary arteries. This brings us right back to Arthur's nightly routine, which was directly feeding into this non-dipping phenomenon without him ever realizing it. Like so many of us, Arthur loved to unwind in the evening by having a specific beverage alongside a small, comforting snack right before bed, thinking it would help him sleep soundly through the night. He would often reach for a glass of dark tea or a seemingly healthy green juice, pairing it with a couple of crackers or a piece of cheese to settle his stomach. He assumed that because these choices weren't heavy fast food, they were completely harmless. But what doctors rarely mention is that consuming even moderate amounts of hidden sodium or subtle stimulants right before lying flat completely paralyzes your body's ability to lower its blood pressure overnight. The sodium from that innocent nighttime snack acts like a sponge inside your blood vessels, holding onto water and expanding your blood volume at the exact same time that the fluids from your lower legs are rushing toward your chest. This double whammy of increased blood volume creates an intense, invisible spike in pressure inside your arteries while you are unconscious. Your heart is forced to contract with massive force just to keep things moving, which can wake you up with a sudden jolt of adrenaline, a racing pulse, or a feeling of intense anxiety in the middle of the night. When Arthur finally learned about this hidden trigger, he was skeptical that such a small adjustment could make a difference, but he decided to test the theory anyway. He completely stopped consuming any snacks or liquids, including his beloved evening tea, within 3 full hours of going to sleep. Instead, he made a conscious effort to finish his hydration earlier in the afternoon and kept his evening entirely free of heavy digestion. Within just 4 nights, the strange midnight sweating stopped entirely. His morning blood pressure readings dropped into a beautiful, healthy range, and he woke up feeling genuinely refreshed for the first time in years. The simple act of giving his digestive and circulatory systems a clear runway before sleep allowed his heart to finally get the rest it so desperately needed. As we look toward the future, it is deeply empowering to realize that protecting your heart after 70 doesn't require drastic, overwhelming lifestyle overhauls or depriving yourself of the joy of life. It simply requires a deeper, more mindful understanding of how your body functions today compared to 20 years ago. By making the conscious choice to close the kitchen cabinets and finish your fluids a few hours before bed, you are giving your cardiovascular system the greatest gift possible, a night of genuine peace, safety, and true recovery. Take a moment to reflect on your own evening routine and share your thoughts in the comments below. How old are you? And have you ever noticed your heart racing or experienced restless sleep after an evening snack or drink? Please share this video with your spouse, your siblings, or your dear friends who need to protect their health, so we can all look forward to many more vibrant, healthy years ahead.